Hi, I'm Mike and I'm the Hallows Geek, and welcome to This Week in Eek, my weekly series where I put a little eek in your week by recapping some of the top stories in Halloween and horror news from the last week. Alright, a couple of things for you regular viewers. First of all, you'll notice this week's shirt, it isn't a spooky shirt. That's because I'm recording this on March 10th, which of course is Mario Day, and honestly, if it weren't for Mario, I probably never would have been the geek that I am today. You've also likely noted these last couple of weeks have been toy heavy. I mean, 'tis the season because of Toy Fair, I'm not going to lie. This week's got a lot of toy news as well, but for those of you who are sick of the toys, I'm going to change things up a bit this week, front load the video with all the other news, and wrap it up with the toy news. That fair? Alright, let's talk about something that comes up a bit less often over at allhallowsgeek.com, clothing. This week, Hot Topic debuted a new Warner Brothers horror apparel collection inspired by the films Beetlejuice, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th. Featuring over a dozen new pieces, highlights from the new collection include this Beetlejuice button-up, these Freddy Krueger mom jeans, and this Jason suspender skirt. You can check out more highlights over in the full coverage at allhallowsgeek.com or visit hottopic.com to browse the collection yourself. And in other clothing news, this week fun.com debuted 2 new pairs of sneakers inspired by John Carpenter's Halloween. The 2 new styles feature Michael Myers on a pair of high-top and low-top shoes. The high top features an all-over print of Michael wielding a knife with orange laces and accents and Halloween written along the back strap. The low top features a printed image of Michael on the side, complete with blood splatters and a knife. The shoe also features white accents near the eyelets and the back strap, adding some contrast to the shoe, and the shoe says Halloween along the back strap, and the tongue has the quote, "You can't kill the boogeyman." Both pairs of shoes are available now from fun.com for $39.99. However, my friends at fun.com were cool enough to let me give a pair away. So if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll tell you how to enter a giveaway where you can win a pair of your choice. Alright, it's been 12 years since AMC introduced us to the Walking Dead universe, and since then the series has produced spin-offs Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead World Beyond, and then later this year we're getting yet another spin-off with the anthology series Tales from the Walking Dead. So do we really need another spin-off? AMC seems to think so. This week, the network announced that it has greenlit another spin-off series set in the Walking Dead universe that's centered around Walking Dead characters Maggie and Negan, played by Lauren Cohen and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. The series, titled Isle of the Dead, envisions the fan-favorite characters traveling into a post-apocalyptic Manhattan long ago cut off from the mainland. The crumbling city is filled with the dead and denizens who have made New York City their own world full of anarchy, danger, beauty, and terror. The new series comes from showrunner and executive producer Eli Jorne, who has been a writer and co-executive producer on The Walking Dead for multiple seasons, and then Cohen and Morgan were also going to executive produce on the series, which is set to premiere sometime in 2023. Alright, let's talk toys, and then I actually have one more story my SoCal followers will want to stick around for. Last week, Trick or Treat Studios kicked off its Trick or Treat Toy Fair product reveal event, and they continued the fun through the weekend and well into this week. On Friday, the collectibles maker unveiled its new Scream Greats line of action figures, a new 8-inch figure line inspired by the late 90s and early 2000s figures, which were expertly sculpted but featured limited articulation to preserve detail. The first releases in the new line will include characters from the films Motel Hell, Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh, Candy Corn, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the original Halloween, and Pumpkinhead. While a specific pre-order period wasn't announced, pre-orders are expected to be made available sometime this year. But 8-inch figures aren't the only new scale Trick or Treat Studios is getting into. This week they also announced a new line of 3 3/4-inch figures made famous in the 80s. The new line of figures will come in packs of 2 and include characters from the films Candy Corn, Haunt, and Children of the Corn. From Candy Corn, fans will be able to pick up 3 3/4-inch figures of Jacob Atkins and Dr. Death. From the film Haunt, Trick or Treat Studios is releasing figures of the Devil, the Witch, the Zombie, the Ghost, the Clown, and the Vampire characters, some of which include a corresponding accessory. And finally, for the first time ever, fans will be able to get action figures inspired by the 1984 film Children of the Corn. The pair of figures being released by Trick or Treat are the infamous Isaac and Malachi. Pre-orders for the new figures are expected to begin in summer of 2022. And while the last two Trick or Treat Studios announcements were large in volume, my last Trick or Treat Studios story of the week is large in size. In fact, it's the largest figure release from Trick or Treat Studios to date. On Sunday, Trick or Treat Studios unveiled a 50-inch Pennywise doll designed by artist Mark Anthony. Inspired by Pennywise the Clown from the 2017 film It, this all-new doll features an intricately detailed costume, vinyl head with inserted eyes, and fully posable foam body. Like many of the other Trick or Treat Toy Fair reveals, Pennywise is expected to be made available for pre-order this summer. And in other toy news, Kid Robot and Disney are releasing a new glow-in-the-dark vinyl art figure inspired by the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus. The Hocus Pocus Witches in Cauldron glow-in-the-dark vinyl art figure measures 7 inches tall and features Winifred, Mary, and Sarah Sanderson all steeped in a cauldron that adorns a black cat and is overflowing with a green potion. Turn out the lights and the various elements of the figure glow, including the eyes of the Sanderson sisters. The new figure is available for pre-order now from kidrobot.com and is expected to ship sometime in Q4 2022. And our last toy story of the week is a rather unique one. On Thursday, Super 7 unveiled Wave 5 of its Peanuts reaction figures inspired by the classic Peanuts comic strip from Charles Schulz. The upcoming 5th series of reaction figures is dedicated exclusively to the beloved beagle Snoopy, and among the figures unveiled this week is Franken Snoopy. One of 6 new Snoopy figures which will debut this spring, Franken Snoopy is inspired by a 1964 comic strip in which Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and Linus stay up to watch Frankenstein movies on television, a decision they soon regret when each of them realizes they won't be able to get to sleep without using a nightlight. Franken Snoopy appears in the title cell of the comic strip, likely representing the Frankenstein movies the trio are watching at the time. Kinda neat, haven't seen that one before. Alright, if you're a longtime reader or follower of All Hallows Geek, you've probably seen or heard me mention the Mystic Museum in Burbank. The museum has come to be known for its immersive experiences thanks to exhibits like The Occult, Evil Dead, and Slashback Video. Well, recently the Mystic Museum announced their new immersive exhibit, and it's dedicated to 90s slashers. Opening April 16th, the next installation will bring to life some of your favorite scenes from 90s slashers and include props, 90s slashers inspired artwork, photo ops, and more. This is definitely one I'm going to check out, so if you're not here in SoCal or you just can't make it out, I'll definitely be sharing photos, videos from the experience when I attend, so be sure you're following at All Hallows Geek on all the socials if you want to catch it when I go. Alright, I promised you all a giveaway, and goddammit, I'm a man of my word, so if you want a shot at winning a pair of Michael Myers shoes from my friends over at fun.com, visit this link right here and do all the fun things it says for you to do for a shot at winning. You'll get to choose the style, the size you want, so don't worry about that. But good luck, be sure to tell your friends, the more, the merrier. That's it for this week. As always, if you've enjoyed this week's video, give it a like, leave me a comment, or better yet, subscribe to make sure you always get your weekly dose of Geek. For more information on any of this week's top stories, you'll find links to the full coverage over on allhallowsgeek.com down in the description below. Until next time, keep it creepy.